Okay, before this gets started, hi everybody. How's everybody doing? Thanks for tuning in. I hope everybody's okay after election day. I'm glad it's over. I'm sick of all that crap. Just like when it gets towards the end, it gets kind of overwhelming. Even though I love politics, it's overwhelming. So America has voted. We have a new president, and it's President Trump. I know a lot of people probably aren't happy with that, but that's our new president. So it was a fair election. He got both the popular vote and the electoral vote. So that's what it is. So anyways, let's get into the video. Here we go.
Today's video is going to be an update video. I'm going to update you on my cat, Julia. And I'm
by
also
the way, we have Puta lipstick on full display and 2 pounds of makeup.
Update you on my friend, whom I talked about her situation in a live stream. For those of you who aren't aware, she gave me full permission to ask the Beezers, ask my audience,
please,
their opinion on a situation involving her.
Like I said, this whole scenario is BS. We all know, obviously, Glitter Tits has done something again, or has gotten busted for doing something again. Chantal will never learn. Chantal, for some reason, thinks she has to prove to the internet that she can get and keep a man. That's the whole point of this relationship, I believe. Or as well as for him to get papers to come to the Western world. So go ahead, Chantal.
Her boyfriend and suspected infidelity.
Suspected.
And yeah, you can check out that live if you want. Otherwise, I'll just update you guys on that. And then I'm going to be done with it because she doesn't want me to talk about it anymore. Her boyfriend doesn't want me to talk about it anymore.
So Glitter Tits doesn't want you to talk about it anymore. So this is your way of outing him without outing him, I guess. This is dumb.
I don't want to talk about it anymore either. I just want to move on, respect her privacy. So I'll start with Julia. So Julia had her second set of vaccines today, and we took her to get that done. She actually finished her heat pretty early this morning. Early.
I don't know.
I don't know why.
Right there, that seems suspect to me. I don't know. I've had cats years ago. I've had dogs. Both have gone into heat, at various times. And I don't know if you can pinpoint exactly when their heat is over. So how she knows that the heat was over early that morning is suspect to me. I don't know. It makes me kind of believe that she gave the cat another Depo-Provera shot. I don't know. Which is kind of weird. Why did you go to another vet to get the shot?
Saying it like that. She finished early this morning, and so right on schedule. She was due today, November 6th, for her second rounds of vaccines. And then we have to wait about a minimum of 8 days. So we just have to call like 2 days ahead of time to schedule. So we will do that in a few days, and then after the 8 days is up, she'll be fine to be spayed finally, and she'll have to spend 2 days at the animal hospital where she will be having the procedure done. So
I don't know, this, just thinking about this whole scenario and how much Chantal lies, I think people are more pissed at the lies than the actual non-spaying of the cat itself. And also thinking about it, I remember that she said the other day, she was talking about Julia, and Julia had some liquid or something coming out of her vaginal area. Now, listening to what she's talking about here, as far as like waiting for you have to wait to spay the cat because the cat had vaccines. I don't know. I've had animals spayed and neutered, and they've given vaccines at the same time. There's never been a wait period in between. As well as when the dogs or cats have been spayed or neutered, it's usually an outpatient procedure where you take the animal in early in the morning, and then they're probably out by 2 or 3 in the afternoon, ready to go home. The only scenario that I see, like, this is just my opinion, just based off experience and years of having animals, is that Julia has developed possibly a uterine infection, and that would explain the leaking from the vaginal area. And it would also explain maybe she received antibiotics and they are waiting for that to clear up the infection in the uterus before they proceed to having the spay done. And it also would explain Julia having to stay at the vet for 2 days for a spay procedure. I don't know. It seems like Julia, in my opinion, and like I said, this is just based off years of having animals, has possibly developed some type of infection. Seems like it to me.
I trust she's in good hands. You people don't have to worry anymore about her. Whatever, whatever. The fake outrages, whatever. She's
I don't
fine. She's gonna
know.
be fine. So and that's the
I don't
update on that.
like I said, I don't know if it's like fake outrage at this point. If Julia has developed an infection, which is something that can occur in a female cat or dog if you prolong spaying them or continuously give them Depo-Provera shots, Chantal. So I don't know if the outrage is false.
It's the last I'm gonna say about it. And moving on to my friend. So it's very important to say that my friend and I are very similar in a lot of ways. We have a lot of similar situations, and that's how we ended up
Please
bonding
get out of here.
over the last year. And I know people think I don't have friends.
You've said
I
it.
do have friends. I don't ever talk about them online.
First of all, you've said that you have no friends, and you were basically allegedly set up on a blind friend date with that woman that you posted the photo with that nobody believes is your actual friend. So who are you kidding, Chantal?
The most recent one I hung out with, she wanted me to post a picture of us together because, she hates people saying, she hates seeing people say, oh, she's not meeting anyone, she doesn't have any friends, that kind of thing. So she's like, I want you to post this. So I did. But of course with her face blurred out because people are nuts. Like, do you blame me? Do you think I'm going to come on here and be like, oh yeah, I talked to this friend, this friend?
First of all, what friend, and especially a friend that you meet on a blind date, is going to say, go ahead, I want you to post this photo because I hate people saying this and that about you? If she's a new friend, how does she even know all of that, Chantal? It doesn't make sense.
They would be doxxed instantly. Like, what they did with my new friend, they
New
literally
friend.
picked apart everything she was wearing and tried to match where she got it from. Like, all right.
Yes, guilty. I thought, I'd track down the shirt just in case somebody wanted to dress like your friend for Halloween. That's the only reason why I did it.
I'm sorry, but and they did this on the farms. I'm like, I'm sorry, but why are you picking on someone for shopping at like Temu, Shein, wherever you suspect they shop from? When, let's face it, you're not shopping at Versace. Successful people don't sit on kiwi farms all day and pick apart other people. Okay?
I don't know. My Gucci says that's not true.
It doesn't happen. Anyway, moving on from that, I digress. So basically, this person I was talking to, so anyway, she ended up, the dust settled. They made up and basically
The pauses in between like totally give this away that it's bullshit. I'm sorry.
they talked and she got more information out of him, of course. So here's the thing. Your mentality whenever you've had an incident of infidelity in your relationship, her boyfriend was, he never cheated in person, but he was talking to someone online or something like that. Anyway, so
He's such a bad
when that happens to you
liar.
in a relationship, any situation that you encounter involving any female, the immediate response is to be defensive.
Excuse me, that's not true. You can speak for yourself. That's a sign of insecurity. So no, not everybody reacts in the same way.
And to be suspicious and to think the worst.
No.
So she told me that, her boyfriend found out about her coming online and confiding in strangers on the internet, which is, I told her, we appreciate the Beezers, we appreciate the audience for giving their side. Sometimes it's nice to just talk to, see if other people, have gone through similar things. Lots of opinions sometimes helps, but it's never a good idea to bring your personal life to the internet, especially for relationships. And
And you've done that your entire YouTube career. So what's going to be the difference now? Nothing. It's the same exact thing. It's just now you're talking in second or third person, thinking that, oh yeah, we believe this is a friend. No, you're talking about yourself.
and
Psychotic
so I told
behavior.
her that's, I wouldn't do that anymore. And so uh, after the dust settled, basically she said, the boyfriend was mad that he didn't get to voice his side, not opinion, but his side. So I'm going to do that a bit here for him and for her, at her request
And I
also.
don't know what man wouldn't want Chantal explaining his side of the situation. I don't know what man would that be. Glitter tits, possibly, because he's a poo. Say.
Basically, he was very taken aback by her outrage. Like they were talking 1 minute about plans they
I
were.
guarantee, this is the scenario I envision right now. He's in the shower. She's probably feeling suspicious. He's been somewhere. He's been somewhere and immediately came home and jumped into the shower. Suspicion. So while he's in the shower, she goes snooping around. And while snooping around, that WhatsApp message pops up on the phone. She immediately tries to break into the phone and doesn't know the password. The minute he gets out of the shower, enraged, she probably starts throwing random items at him. Maybe some chocolates. I don't know. Rage. Who's this? Blah, 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 blah. Yelling, screaming, whatever. That's probably how the scenario went down.
Joking, laughing, and the next minute she was like angry, like almost like throwing things and just screaming
Exactly.
and not giving
Boom.
him a
There you
chance.
go.
He became immediately defensive because
Do I know her or what? Like, can you imagine?
she's a very, very suspicious and paranoid person. And he feels suffocated by that sometimes
Jeez.
because she doesn't, the trust it's being rebuilt, let's just say. And,
How is the trust being rebuilt if he feels suffocated? That's not trust being rebuilt. That's imprisoning a man. That's what that sounds like.
I get that too. I get that feeling where you're like always, wondering and always tracking and stuff like that.
Wow.
So his response was immediately defensive. Like,
And you know what
I'm not.
happens? This is what happens when you do that to a person, whether it be male or female. If you put them on lockdown, if you constantly monitor them as far as like where they're going, who they're talking to, their phone, mileage on the car, things like that, what tends to happen is that they're going to cheat on you because they don't want that type of relationship. So what you're doing, Chantal, by constantly monitoring him is pushing him away into another relationship. So good job.
Showing you anything. You don't like, you don't deserve to see it. The way you're screaming at me, and I don't want to feel like I'm in jail and blah blah blah. So
Wow, that's sad.
that was the initial. Another thing is also he was worried to show her the conversation, because
Why?
he didn't think that she would understand the situation because she has overreacted before, and that
Wait a minute.
I
So
said.
what did the conversation consist of? If it was just a normal, friend conversation, what would be the misunderstanding in that? I don't know. That seems suspect.
That's, you have to understand that that's a normal response, and you have to have patience with situations like this, especially if there was a breach of trust in the past. So I think he finally understands that, and it's a lot to understands that, just so in case you were wondering his stance on it.
His stance, like anybody, like come on, like anybody is gonna want to know his stance on this alleged situation. We know what his stance is. We know it's him, Chantal. Come on. Like, I can't believe that you would come on here and humiliate yourself once again in this manner, but then I don't know, that seems to be your jam, self humiliation.
So
Bizarre.
it turned out that finally she just said, like, if you want to really regain my trust, give me those passwords, give me, And so he did. He gave her the phone password. He gave her Instagram password, TikTok, all that. But that's not a
Wow.
fail-proof thing.
It doesn't matter. Like, you don't, like, I don't know. Salah Glitter Tits over there, he seems like he's been around the block a few times. And I guarantee that's not the only phone he has, as well as other platforms that he's talking to females on. Chantal, are you this gullible? Are you this desperate? I think you are. What a sad, sad, pitiful
That's the
human.
horrible thing about lack of trust. There's always, if somebody really wants to cheat or really wants to be, you know, not faithful, there's always a way. But at least it's a step. And the most important thing in my mind was that he proved that who this woman was in the end. And
So, right there, she just gave herself away. That this is 100% her that she's talking about. It proved in her mind. So, yeah, it's about you, Chantal. You are not a good liar, and I don't even know why you tried to do this because you always give yourself away.
well, he did delete the conversation, and the conversation. He was able to
How
find
embarrassing.
a picture of her and her husband. Apparently, this woman is married,
What does that
and
mean?
apparently,
Excuse me, you don't think married women cheat? They cheat all the time, and they're better at keeping it secret.
he was also defending like that she wasn't showing her cleavage. This woman was
What?
wearing like a more tight-fitting, snug-fitting T-shirt. It wasn't like super modest, but it wasn't super revealing. I think my friend was just initially like, "Oh my gosh, she's a prostitute or something." Like,
Wait,
I don't know what her thought was. You know what?
wait a minute. So wearing a tight t-shirt equates to being a prostitute, but you being nude for money in a bathtub of peeps on OF is not prostitution? I don't know.
I mean, like that kind of thing. Like, well, she said something meaner, but that was the initial. Like, she was some kind of sex worker or something, and
Are you
nothing wrong
kidding?
with that. If that's what you are, I'm just saying that's what the initial thought was. I don't know. So
That's like, this is definitely 100% Chantal. Like like any female other than her, like, you whore. If you're prettier than Chantal, if you're skinnier than Chantal, you're a whore.
apparently, this woman and her husband were former customers of her boyfriend. This boyfriend has had the same WhatsApp number for over 8 years. It's a business number, and he's worked in sales for a long time. And he has a lot of customers that would reach out to him. And buy
What customers? The customers of the parfum? Is that what you're referring to?
stuff from him. So, yeah, I guess, males and females. He even showed her like another female customer that she didn't really know about, but it was like an older woman. And so this woman, anyways, was married.
I
And he
mean, she
proved that.
couldn't, you know what, thinking about it, she probably couldn't be married to my husband and his line of work. Like if you work a job and you have like you split your shift with your partner like a 4 and 4. My husband has had like multiple, female partners where he goes to work late at night. He's working till like 6 a.m. Multiple female partners. He works with females all the time. Yeah, Chantal, you know, it's possible for men and women to have a work relationship, and it's possible for them to, call each other on the phone because you are, in the real world going to work with the opposite sex. So the fact that you're this jealous shows how insecure you are. 100%.
He proved like her name on the WhatsApp. He matched it up to some sales records he had.
He has to prove all
Thank
that.
goodness that saved the day. And it's just all
Can
fell
you
into place.
can you imagine what a little simp biatch you are, glitter tits, and you want those papers that bad that you have to literally pull up business sales records from your parfum to prove to her that this was a client. I can't even imagine doing that or having my husband do that shit. Unbelievable. I mean, if that doesn't say that this isn't a good relationship, I don't know what does. I mean, what does Glitter Tits have to like actually bone somebody in front of you, Chantal, to prove to you that he's a cheater?
Once, like I said, the dust settled and she wasn't as paranoid and she started to like actually listen, because like she wasn't listening. She was just like attacking, and he became very defensive about that. But I said,
Why
still
was he dodging the items being thrown at him, Chantal? Is that what the defense was?
a little bit. Like what made it sus was the deleting everything at first,
Yeah.
you know?
Hello.
And
If
so I don't
it was all kosher, Chantal, and it was just a business conversation, why would he delete it? I don't know. You know, you're dumb.
know. But his defense to that was that she wouldn't have understood. She would have, just thought the worst anyways. So, I guess, if you see a woman messaging your man on WhatsApp and saying, hi, how are you, or whatever, you're going to think the worst.
No.
And,
No, I'm not.
any explanation is going to seem like an excuse if you don't trust,
You
right?
know
So,
why? Because I'm not insecure. So that's why I wouldn't. And I think most most women that have husbands that work and are in the real world working know that their husbands are going to have coworkers that are female, and possibly sometimes they may, give them a call on the phone. So no, I don't think that would be a normal reaction the way you reacted, Chantal. No, that's you and your insecurity on full display.
so to save the headache, he deleted it, but then he ended up explaining and showing her that,
Yeah,
that proof that was needed once everyone calmed down and they were not as angry anymore. So that's the update on that. Things are okay with them now.
sure.
And
Let
they
me
don't want
guess.
me to
Things are okay with them now because he went and got her a meal for 12 people from Burger King. I'm guessing.
talk about it anymore online because they're worried about being doxxed, even if nobody knows their names. Who knows? People find things out very easily online. People with a lot of time and nothing better to do and a lot of hate in their hearts. So,
No, I don't have hate. I have no hate in my heart
so
at
that's the
all.
story on that. Believe it or not, that's what happened. And so they're giving it. They've made up. It's fine. But she wants to thank everyone for listening. It means a lot to her. And she is, she said her boyfriend, assured her he would never hurt her. Other than the one incident, he's never, he's never cheated in person. It's just, like I said, it's a quick, like, online thing.
He's never cheated in person that you know of. So, okay, keep believing the little screenshots he sends you of his location or wherever his location is. Just keep believing that, Chantal. Go ahead.
Wasn't emotional, but, yeah, it still was an infidelity. Like, I'm not excusing it. It still
I'm not
was
excusing
her
it.
fault.
She gave herself away again. I'm not excusing it. Chantal, hello. A dumbass.
And,
It's embarrassing. I can't believe this. I mean, I can believe
yeah,
it.
it was somebody she knew, too. And
We bonded over it. What
you
the
just
hell?
be careful. Like, ladies, you never know, like, who you can trust in life. I'm telling you. Some people are snakes. So, but that's okay. You can always take out the trash. I have like so much lint
Then why haven't you taken out the trash? Oh, because you're trash too? Oh, I see.
all over me. I hate wearing this kind of black. This is the
That's all
the
you
Canada
wear.
shirt. It's like actually kind of cold in here right now. So anyway, that's the story with that. There's nothing
The
really more left to
story.
say. Letting her work that out. It's with with her boyfriend or whatever. And I guess it makes sense, that there would be a variety of people messaging on a business number. But
A business
I think
number.
maybe, he should have been forthcoming with her that he has female clients, customers, and
First of all, why number one, why does he have to be forthcoming with his wife as far as who his partners are. I mean, why does she need to be that involved in his business in that manner unless she's insecure? I don't know. That's just my opinion on that. Like, I'm not like, my husband changes partners, all the time for whatever scenario. I don't even know majority of the time. I don't need to be up in that. I really don't care. It shows your
He withheld
insecurity.
that from her because he knew it was nothing, but at the same time, for her, it would be everything. So he didn't want to tell her about something so innocent.
Please.
He says not because it's something bad, but it's because she's gonna blow it out of proportion and think it's bad. So whatever. So I guess that's it. Yeah, that's the update, and I thank you guys for listening. And again, that's the end of the chapter for that. Unless I have another friend who wants to,
Please.
I don't have a lot of friends like
I like
that,
how these
especially not that I hang out
I
with.
like how all these friends are like, just coming out of the bushes all over the place. Just friends here, friends there, all over.
I have some good friends that I talk to,
Sure.
and I guess I could hang out with them at some point if I wanted to. But I mean, I
Lies.
find like a lot of people just really like to just talk online with each other, or like over WhatsApp or whatever. So
Okay, well, I'm going to end the video here. She's full of crap. My opinion of this video is that clearly, well, number one, she in the scenario, she was stating that this was a boyfriend. So are you admitting that you're not actually to Salah? Number one. Number two, you're just showing that you're insecure and that you're just like embarrassing yourself by creating this whole friend scenario. Number three, I'm wondering if Julia, the cat, actually has some type of uterine infection, because of the way she was explaining the shots and the vet and all of that type of thing and the symptoms that Julia had. Possible infection. I don't know. That's just my opinion. But yeah, Chantal, this was really embarrassing. This doesn't make you look good at all. This is just sad, pitiful behavior that you would come on here and do this. Just embarrassing. Oh my God, where's your backbone? It's sad. Anyways, that's it for me, guys. I'll see you when I see you. Bye.